Hi everyone, this is Burak from Trading Channels. It's the 4th of December and this is the weekend video update. You can have a look at the free trial for the video subscription or the other two packages that we have. Before long, let's have a look at what we have on the ES E-mini contract, S&P 500 contract. Since the bounce off the October lows, we have a really nice push. Obviously, from the look of it, it's not really out of the ditch yet, but this is a good start. And as I will explain in the next charts, Dow Jones gave the best signal for the October lows. I can't say ES low was the very nice signal to go long, but the break out of the red downtrend was and has been a very nice signal. As you can see here, that red channel, right, that red downtrend and its breakout has been quite a signal, and of course I shared it with everyone. Now what we have here is the blue resistance rail that held at the end of this week, or just midweek, and we have this blue resistance to take out first of all, to start basically trying that green internal resistance right there. That first target is that the green bottom band is here, the green internal resistance, which is going to be around 4,070 or so, 4,170, and the green top band is going to be at 4,300, just over it, if it gets there. And when it gets there, I would be quite careful with the longs. Okay, as long as it stays inside this golden potential uptrend, I'm saying potential because it hasn't had the second bounce off its bottom band just yet, but it is looking very good with the internals, the top band, that is looking very good. So let's have a look at the 4-hourly chart. This bounce was, of course, this spike up was caused by Jay Powell's comments this week. The red top band, the red bottom band is a kind of a spin-off channel, spin-off to up channel, or sorry, sideways to up channel. The red top band faked at the red top band's breakout, and it fell fairly quickly into the red channel. But of course, it may still break it unless it comes down to erase all these gains. But if it does that, it would break that red bottom band and possibly get to that golden bottom band as a minimum target. So it's not really a very let's say one-sided trade where we can just buy. I reckon there is every chance for it to break that red top band, or it's coming down to the red bottom band to break it at the 4 touch. If it drops below that red bottom band, which I'm going to tell you, which is going to be around 3,950, 55, that's the level, that's the support level. Of course, it can bounce and keep on ripping, but if it does break that level, I think there will be a deeper pullback. This is the CPI announcement of this month, and that's where I think the entire market basically got on steroids. Now, if the red top band breaks, obviously we're going to get to that green top band as the next potential resistance, which I marked as 4,170. The golden top band, of course, is there as well as a potential resistance, okay? And the green top band is at 4,250. So I reckon this is looking like very, very bullish still. And the reason is mainly Dow Jones. And I'm going to show you very quickly what I have in mind here. The October lows was marked by the golden bottom band touch, which was the perfect bull flag. Not only that, it was also the back test of the breakout level following the COVID crash. So you can see here it came all the way to the previous highs, touched it a few times, broke it, back tested, and rallied and back tested here twice. And this is another back test. And it coincided with the golden bottom band right there, okay? And finally, we broke out of the golden bull flag, which is a gigantic bull flag. We can see here, this is the January of last year. Okay, sorry, this year. And you can see it touched it, came back down, broke it, and back tested it, which means its ultimate target is a new all-time high on Dow Jones. Dow Jones is the leader here. It gave the best signal to go long, and it broke out of the green channel and back tested it perfectly, and it rallied from there to break out of the golden channel as well. So this was the technical perfection, and it still is looking very bullish. The red bottom band is potential support. If it gets there and bounces, I think it's going to keep on ripping. If it gets completely ignored, we may get another backtest on the golden support. Or if it wants to erase all these CPI gains, we're going to come down a little bit into the golden bull flag. And I believe it's going to keep on rallying from there to get out of the golden bull flag and not come back into it properly. And that level, the bottom of that CPI gains level is 32,500. And that's where I would be looking into longs again. NASDAQ had broken that red massive uptrend from the lows of COVID crash. You can see here, beautiful uptrend right there, bounce off, came down, okay, and it came at the purple support. It stopped for a while and broke it, back tested it, and it came down pretty hard. It touched the purple bottom band, okay, and rallied to the golden resistance or purple resistance one more time. Yeah, that is pretty good, very, very good precision on that resistance. Came down and the CPI gains came. It broke that purple resistance and back tested it so many times before it rallied again. Look at this support level. We have this green bull flag now. It can come all the way to the green bottom band one more time before rallying to the golden resistance right there. That golden resistance rail is going to be the line in the sand together with the red resistance. That red plus golden resistance rail, that is a double resistance, which is going to be around 12,350. That's the key number. We can, it can spend some time inside the green channel, that bull flag, before it rallies to go all the way there. Clearly, if this green bottom band and the purple, they both break to the downside, the black bottom band may not hold really. This is a speculative or a bit potential channels bottom band. I'm just keeping it there as a reference, as a potential support. I'm not saying this is a support, but we'll see whether it gets there, if it gets there, if it bounces. This is my trading style. I'm only looking at the price action. I'm not plotting any of these lines without the market confirmation. Yes, they may look like I'm making up lines, but they are not. I'm following very rule-based method, which may be very different from most of the line traders here. But the thing is, there is always a confirmation of the market before I say it is a confirmed support or a confirmed trend line or a confirmed resistance, and all rule based, as I said. So the green bottom band, if it does break to the downside, I think it's going to slide down. If the green top band breaks, which this was a fake, as you can see here, the green bottom band, the green top band, slight overshoots, but I think this is our range at the moment. Anything get out of the range is going to cause a directional move to either side. Russell is looking very bullish as well. So the purple resistance, that is the long term. So you can see here 2018 high, 19 high, COVID crash, broke, backtest, another backtest into the by the end of the second quarter of this year, massive push. And what we have here is this golden resistance. You can see here this blue support was broken and backtested. That's the next target if this golden resistance can be broken, and it is really trying to break it. That is a 3-touch resistance, 1, 2, 3. And of course, Jay Powell's comments this week helped it to make an attempt, at least, on that resistance. I'm going to switch to the 4-hourly. Yeah, that green one, of course, it already held as resistance. So there was a previous support, and it held a few times as a resistance together with the golden. So what do we have here? That golden resistance is going to be eventually broken. That is what I believe. That red resistance and the golden they held together this week. This is Jay Powell's speech. We may see another dive to erase all these gains. And if this golden zone breaks, which is at 1825, 1820, if that one breaks, we're going to see these CPI gains to be erased. And the target is going to be 1750, 1760 if this golden resistance support zone breaks. So it is important what is going to happen between this level. So I may even argue that this could become a bull flag. So I'm going to put it right there. All right, here. That red top band, if it gets there, that could also become a major resistance for it to come down again. So even though the golden resistance is broken, there is no guarantee or certainty from my point of view, because these both are news triggered action, and the news triggered action usually eventually they get retraced. So FTSE had bounced off the golden support zone, like this line, which I marked a few times after the break of the red support. I said it is going to come down all the way to the green plus golden. And if this golden one holds, like right there, this is going to get all the way to the golden top band. Of course, it had to break that red resistance eventually. So that red support, which was broken, you can see this is the back test. It came down, but then pushed on. That is as good, as bullish as it gets. A rising resistance is broken to the upside. Eventually, it touched that blue resistance a few times. That is the confirmation touch on the resistance. It held a few times, broke it. We may get a back test on that blue support. I would expect it to hold. Previous resistance becomes a support normally. So that level on FTSE is going to be around 7,480, 485. And then what matters here, obviously, is this golden resistance right there. So this level, that level, it has 3 touches. And if we can break 7,600, okay, 650, yeah, 650, I think FTSE is going to get to new all-time highs beyond 8,000. So talking about bear markets, this is not a bear market. This here is a proper gigantic bull flag, okay? This is not a bear market for my money. A lot of people calling for bear market, inflation, this and that. This to me is a gigantic bull flag on its own, and once it's broken, it's going to get to 8,300, 400, maybe to the green top band at 8,500, 600, 700. And that's not going to take long, because this here is a huge squeeze. It is a very big range level. Once it's out of the range, there will be big buyers coming in, and we're going to get to that 8,500 very quickly. DAX here, the blue resistance was broken initially. That was the initial signal for a long, which we bought, and then the green resistance held. So the 2 hourly doesn't show it really precisely. I think the green one, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. The fourth one broke, and we bought it again at the back test, and it really pushed higher. Of course, this is the CPI, and it is now just standing like it's grinding upwards inside the spin-off channel, which is the black one. So it is very nicely defined. As you can see, the top band, very clearly internal resistance levels, internal support levels right there, and the bottom band. If of course DAX breaks this black bottom band, the purple potential support doesn't stand a chance. I think it's going to be ignored, and it will come down to erase the CPI gains in my view. And that is not going to be bearish. It's going to be bearish only for a short-term short signal. So you may short if the black bottom band eventually breaks, okay? Otherwise, my ultimate target is the golden top band, which is at 15,000. That is going to be a potential major resistance when and if it gets there, okay? Let's have a look at oil. This is, so disregard all these lines for now. The blue resistance was broken, then the green resistance held, came down for 2 back tests, and finally both green and blue, they were cleared. Okay, those were the long-term signals. Brent oil had much better signals, which I'll show in a minute. What do we have here on the medium to short term? I'm going to switch to the 8 hourly chart. Right here, that red downwards potential channel, all right? And the golden broken resistance was back tested 3 times. That black top band, the black internals, the black bottom band, and the black bottom bands break, but then the golden support held, and it broke back into the black channel, which was, and it still is, extremely bullish. A broken bear flag delivered a new low, and then it's broken back into. That is very, very bullish for my money, which is why I'm long oil. Okay, this blue resistance is broken right there. So this is now 4 hourly chart. The black resistance held. You can see here that internal resistance held at the high of last week or this week. What do we have here is a triple support. That red, which is a small bull flag, the green bottom band, and the blue. So that's a triple support, and we are already seeing a small bounce of this. And if it can break out of the red bull flag, I think it's going to clear that black as well, and we're going to see 85, 86, 87 next week. This is Brent oil. So Brent's signal couldn't be clearer. Okay, let me show you first the major one. That purple channel, okay, that purple bottom band at the end of the COVID crash, the purple top band. This was also a long signal because the purple top band was already there, the bottom. So this purple channel was broken. That is a gigantic bull flag. Back tested it 3 times, and they all held. That's why I said oil is not coming down to 60 or back into the purple channel for a very long time, and I still stand by it. After that, this green resistance is broken, and the green resistance that was broken is holding as support. Now previous resistance becomes a support. You can see here that green support is holding. Yes, it's slightly damaged, but I don't care. It is holding so far, right? And what else? The blue channel is a beautiful bull flag that can be broken to the upside. That is going to start a run to 100 plus if the blue top band can be broken. And that blue top band is around 92, 93. And if we switch to the 4 hourly, a bit more granular view. Okay, so forget about the green one, that is coming from very long way. So what do we have here is the perfect black resistance with 3 touches. Obviously, if it can be broken, that red broken support, which already held as resistance, is going to get tested one more time. So that is going to, if that one can be broken back into, that is when the blue top band is going to be challenged right there. So if that one can be broken too, the red top band is at 100, and the golden top band, which is going to be the ultimate target, is going to be 110 or 100, 105, 110, between that level here. That is the ultimate target if that black one can be broken, which I think it will. So let's have a look at natgas. The black bottom band was here, the black top band, and the black top band's touch right there was a speculative resistance at 10. There were so many other things to start selling here. I'm not going into that. There were a lot of bull flags that failed, which made us short natgas at 940. And it came down 50%, more than 50%, from 10 to below 5. That is when everybody was thinking it's going to get to 12, 13, 14. And that, for me, that reversal was a major signal. And that here has happened. That happened. So what else do we have? I'm going to show you a very quick one, which I had deleted. Right here. So, oops. Let me get it very clearly here. Something like this, yes. So this red channel was broken to the downside, and I thought it's gonna backtest and it keep on coming down. That's not what happened. So it has already made the damage, but it went straight back in. But now it's breaking back down again. I'm going to delete that red one because it's been breached too many times. I have a little bit more, let's say, short-term outlook here. So what we did was the break out of this black channel to the upside and backtest. That's what we bought. Of course, the golden resistance was also broken. That was another signal to go in on the long side. However, ultimately, it came down following the backtest of this support level that was broken to the downside. It came all the way there and it reversed. And it didn't even stop at the, so let me put it on the 4-hourly chart. Right here. Okay, it didn't stop at the golden's backtest. It didn't stop at the purple's bottom band. So it closed the week at a very, very negative note. The red bottom band is the only one that can hold and send it higher. That can hold it and send it higher, but it is a very big if. So that red bottom band, I'm going to show you now, is around 6,165, 60-65. If that one gets completely ignored, I think natgas is going to come down pretty hard. Okay, so to me, this resistance zone that held is extremely important, and that couldn't be broken. Okay, it was broken right here, and it's back tested right there. So gold, very nice days for gold. Okay, I'm not going to talk about this blue long-term support. It's not really the one that I want to mention. The purple channel, like that bull flag, was broken to the downside. Ultimately, it put a triple bottom here, and it got out of the red bull flag, that gigantic bull flag that was tested so many times. It was broken at 1695, 1700. That was the signal, which I shared many times with the subscribers. And then it came all the way to the black top band, which I said it is going to be a speculative resistance, but it's going to be confirmed once it reverses. And it did reverse. And I said it probably is going to come to the 1700 to erase all these spiky gains. Look, huge rally. We may see a little bit shift 1700 before we break out of the black bull flag. But it didn't wait that long. It came down to 1725, 1720, 1725 band. And now it's broken out of the black bull flag. It would be surprising to see to penetrate back into the black channel. Obviously, it would be quite bearish. Then only then it can come down to 1700. But a back test on the black wouldn't be surprising, and then a rally to 2080 is the ultimate target, which is the purple top band at 2080. Let's have a look at silver. The golden support, that resistance was broken after the end of the COVID. Like, this was the perfect support at the end of the COVID crash, rally, break out of the golden resistance, and we had a major bull flag right there. Okay, I had deleted that one. Let me put this back again, or maybe like a rectangle box. Okay, so this box was broken to the downside, obviously, to erase all these gains right there after the break. So it erased all these gains. It back tested that golden support rail pretty perfectly. Look at this. And we had a major push off those. The blue internal resistance that is broken now, and the box, the bull flag that had failed, is broken back into here. So it's broke back into the failed bull flag, which is of course very bullish. What else do we have? I'm going to delete that one. What we have here is the green top band, which is now, we just got tested on Friday. You can see here. That's why I'm a little bit skeptical about the upside. I think we may see some pullback, maybe all the way to 20. If this green top band holds properly, it may come down to 20 and then break to the upside at the next touch. That would basically, if we see a reversal right here, closing, if we start the week with a very big red candle, that means that green top band has held, and we're going to see a deep pullback on silver, at least to, let's say, $22. And then if this blue support holds, we'll see a rally. The moment it comes here and then breaks out, that would be when silver is going to start a major push towards $28, which is going to be the previous highs of 2000 and 2021. That is $28, $29. Platinum, I'm going to show you the platinum spot chart, which is a much better view. Right here. This is the COVID crash right there. Of course, it basically pierced a little bit at the blue bottom band, but then finally it rallied and it smashed through the blue resistance, that blue top band, and back tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, and 6. So if I get closer, that blue support was back tested 6 times. The first one is here, right after the breakout. Now, what we have here is this red gigantic bull flag. We are out of the green bull flag and even back tested it. You can see here, we are inside this purple uptrend. So the red top band is at 1090, 1095. If we see a reversal there, I think platinum is going to break this purple bottom band, which already has 3 touches, 1, 2, and 3. If it breaks it, I think it's going to come down to 970, 960 one more time. And this is a big one. If and when the red top band breaks, then platinum is going to get to 1350, and even the green top band, which is at $15, $16, or $1700 in the coming years or months, whatever. So the long run. All right. I have copper here, that blue resistance rail, the green bear flag potential, but it's not, unless it breaks to the downside, it will be broken to the upside, and minimum target would be the back test of the golden broken support. On the long term, which I'll show you now, this red gigantic sideways action, yeah, that here, this here is a gigantic, this is the internal support zone. The red top band, has to be broken beyond 500 for a major push, another major push to start, obviously towards 600, 700. It's a long way off right now. It's a long way off. First, it has to clearly break this blue rail first, and then the green top band, and then the golden. So it's a big if whether copper can do that. Obviously, if it breaks the green bottom band first, it will slide down pretty hard. So got to be careful here with copper. Let's have a look at Forex. Euro. Okay, forget about these lines, okay? Let's have a look at the purple one first. That purple gigantic uptrend from 1985 to the 1980s to the end of 1993, I think that one. You can see here, this was the touch at the end of the COVID crash, and it rallied and it broke out of the black channel. And that's where I was very positive about Euro's prospects, that it's going to get all the way to 160, because this gigantic bull flag, you can see here, beautiful bull flag, that was broken to the upside and even back tested, and that back test held for a while, but then it dropped back in. It fell back into the channel and back tested and never came back to the black resistance one more time. That was the disappointment about Euro for me. Okay, so then it cleared that purple channel to the downside, which is extremely bearish, of course. What we had here was the green bottom band. It came very close to that green bottom band, or I may argue it was the rail that held right there at around 95 cents. And then after that, it broke out of the blue channel, right? Broke out, deep back tested it. There were some news here, and finally broke out of the blue channel pretty good, pretty strongly. Now what do we have here is the red potential resistance rail. That rail is going to hold, I believe, at 106.5 together with the golden, and then we're going to see a major reversal there for Euro, possibly to come down at least to the green bottom band, which is at 102.5. That's about 400 pips. So the ultimate target, so we are at 105.3, and it's going to get to 106.5. Another 200 plus pips at the golden plus red potential double resistance, and then if we see a reversal, it's going to come down hard. Okay, this is pound sterling, and let me show you that long-term gigantic bear flag right there. That is 1990. This is 2000 whatever 7. And this is 1985, touch here, touch there, and finally broke to the downside. This is Liz Truss and her government did to pound sterling, of course. Some hedge funds, the crooked ones, were selling, and then they were also buying right there. And then finally this golden downtrend was broken, and the green bear flag, which delivered a new all-time low. You know, that's what bear flags do. When they broke, they deliver a new low. It completed its mission, and it's gone back into the green channel, which is of course very, very bullish now. Okay, so the initial resistance is going to be this purple one, which is at 1024. I'm going to switch to the daily chart right there at 104.50 or so. I think that's the target, 104.24.50. This purple bottom band is going to be tested, and which may hold as a major resistance. Okay, and of course this week's move was this bull flags breakout. So this is the 6-hourly chart. This breakout delivered a new high. That was pretty obvious bull flag. Okay, US dollar, Japanese yen, the long-term views. So this is 1985 high, that touch, this touch, and then finally broken and back tested right here. So that blue resistance was initially broken. What started a major push was this green resistance. When that one broke, Japanese yen dived pretty hard, obviously. The red top band is the ultimate target. If it gets there at, if it wants to get there at 162, that's the level. And I'm going to switch to the daily chart to actually 8-hourly chart. Let's see. Okay, so this black bottom band is at 133, 132.50. That black bottom band, if it does hold, that is going to start a major push to break out of the green perfect bull flag. This is a major bull flag. Two touches, so you can see here that purple support cluster right there was broken following the reversal at the green top band. The green bottom band had already touches. The green top band had one. This was the confirmation reversal. That is why, you know, I was holding this green channel as a potential downtrend right here. That green top band, when it reversed, it basically confirmed it as a downtrend. So the only way to plot these channels is follow some rules, and I know those rules best. Let me put it that way. And the black bottom band, the green bottom band are the ultimate supports. If the black bottom band holds, then yes. If the green bottom band wants to get tested, that is going to be 130, 130, 130, 140. And then I would expect a major rally to start by US dollar, Japanese yen. What do we have here on the US dollar? So that red resistance obviously was the level where it reversed. That is no joke. I had posted it many times that it's coming towards that red top band. It's going to reverse. Possibly, I said reverse, and it did reverse. And what it did after that was even more interesting. It failed this blue bull flag, and it basically broke it to the downside. And it's now cleared this support zone. It cleared this blue support. So it's sliding. The green line, or the green support, is possibly next. So if it gets there, I would expect a touch and bounce later on to be broken. And the ultimate target for me in the long run is the back test of this golden gigantic channel, is the back test, which is going to be around 100. So this is the COVID, this is the top band, this here, that there. So it's a gigantic channel that was broken to the upside, which is why US dollar is ultimately, unless it breaks back into the golden channel, is a long-term bull. Yeah, it's a long-term bull, and around 100 I would be very careful with shorting US dollar. Aussie dollar has to break the red top band. You can see the red channel, beautiful. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that red top band has to be broken, and the golden channel is holding. That uptrend is going strong, and the blue top band is potential resistance. That is around 70. So if it gets there and reversals, that's actually a short entry. If that 70 level holds, this is Kiwi. It's been pushing higher. I don't see any obvious overhead resistances anymore, apart from the blue one. Yeah, that blue one, I'm going to switch to the 8-hourly to show you that blue channel a bit more carefully, a bit more, let's say, precisely. 2 touches at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches at its bottom band. So that is a very nicely done uptrend. Okay, it started right here, first touch, second touch, and 4 touches at the bottom. So if it gets to the third touch, which is going to be around 65, just over 65, maybe 65.50, I would expect a major reversal there to break that blue channel to the downside. Okay, we're done with the normal markets. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Okay, the blue sideways channel was broken. I'm not going to repeat that. The golden one was broken after that, and the black one was broken during the FTX scandal, which also cleared that red diagonal support. The breakout of the green channel was, to me, very bullish, and it was going okay until FTX went under. So that is the FTX effect. Clearly, it has to break beyond 19,390,400 to go back above that black broken support and break back beyond the red support. Okay, that support was holding for a while. So obviously, if it comes to the black bottom band, the top band is here. The black bottom band is going to be the next potential support if and when it gets there. This here is a logarithmic scale chart, okay? Many people try to chart Bitcoin, which has gone 100,000% or something in the last couple of years, from literally 0 to 60, 70,000. They are trying to plot trend lines on the normal scale. This is what normal scale looks like, right? There is no trend on this one, okay? Forget about my lines. These are all plotted from the log scale. There is no trend whatsoever. If people are starting to say like logarithmic scale is junk, logarithmic scale doesn't do anything, well, disregard them, unfollow them, because they don't know what they're talking about. Log scale gives you the mathematical expression of the power of multiples. If a market goes from 1 to 2, it goes up by 100%. If a market goes from 100 to 200, it also rallies 100% gain. Okay? On the logarithmic scale, the difference between 1 to 2 is equal to the difference between 100 and 200. On the linear scale, 100 to 200 is going to be 100 points. On the linear scale again, the difference between 1 and 2 is going to be 1 unit. So actually 1 to 2 is equal to 100 to 200 on the number of multiples. If you have put the same amount of money, that's the gain you're going to make. And it just doesn't make sense to me to use linear scale because there are no trends. The trends are only shown on the logarithmic scale when a market has gone completely insane, like Bitcoin and even natgas, or even other markets which have gone a power of multiples 5 times, 10 times. The linear scale is not going to show you the real picture. Okay, that's enough lecture. So this here is Ethereum, and right there, that golden, so initially that red support was broken. You can see here, that's where I sent a very stark signal to at least close some of the longs, and some of you didn't listen, I know. Okay, that red one was broken, and then the golden one was holding, and I thought, yeah, it's going to rally. Yeah, that was my take back then, because that golden bottom band was holding. This is price action, that golden top band, the golden bottom band, perfect bounce, and I thought, yeah, it may rally, but no, it basically cleared that golden bottom band after a while, and you can see how it crashed after that. That is when supports break, guys. But truly, supports that are truly recognized by the markets. The red one was recognized by the markets as support. And then the golden one, was recognized by the market. And that's why, you know, it was confirmed with the bounce and then crashed. The black support, that was 3-touch support, that was also recognized by the market. The break out of the green channel and its back test, yeah, so many touches, and then it was broken, yeah, that back test on the green. So I'm going to show you a little bit closer view here. And the black resistance was broken, but then of course that both black, so that was like a triangle which was poised, which was primed for a major rally, at least to $3,000. And the FTX came, and the FTX scandal came out. But what do we have here is still a really good push by Ethereum to break that black resistance, initial one, and now the black one, the next one. And I reckon, looking at state of things, the FTX dump is going to be retraced. It's already half done. I think it's going to be retraced, and it's going to get and beyond that. Zcash had bounced off the double support, which is the red plus blue. That is Zcash, but it has to get to the red top band and break it. So that level is around 80. Litecoin looked like it was inside this red bear flag, but then it broke the bear flag to the upside. It's not out of the ditch because there is this green and blue overhead resistance, potential resistance levels. Chilis is inside this gigantic. So when Chilis broke that blue bottom band, that was the stark warning for more downside. But what happened after that is this green channel that held, the golden bull flag that was broken to the upside, and now we are inside this opening megaphone, which is the black one. 3 touches there, 3-4 touches here. As long as this black support holds, there is hope for Chilis, and there is hope for it to get to that green and black resistance and break it to the upside. That level is 33 cents. Anything beyond 35 is going to look extremely bullish. Matic, very, very bullish because the blue bottom band held at the end of the golden bull flag's touch. So that was a double support, and the golden bull flag was broken. So let's zoom in. That green support was back tested here at $1.30. Anything beyond 130, 140 is going to look very bullish for Matic, as long as the blue uptrend, that is an exemplary uptrend. You can see here so many touches. This black channel is holding at its back test. The red support is holding. Let me show you. I'm not making up any lines, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. The black one, the red one, the blue one, they're all holding. But Matic, of course, has to rally, which I think it will, get to 130, and beyond it is going to look like it wants to get to 270 again. Shiba Inu. When it started coming down, there were some supports that were, of course, broken here. I mentioned it many times. Once this is broken, it's going to come down at least to the back test on the red plus golden. So that golden support held, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and the red channels, look at this breakout level coming back to the crime scene. That is the back test. And then I said this double support is going to hold, and we're going to see a gigantic move to the golden top band, which was a speculative resistance. And once it reversed, it became a bull flag. And eventually that bull flag was broken, and it was coming for a back test, and then FTX came. It made it test that blue resistance, right? Sorry, support. This blue channel is a bull flag. And obviously, if it can be broken to the upside, which is at 128, 130, it's going to break out and it's going to get to at least 350, 400. It can run pretty high after that. Okay. Dogecoin, whatever. So there were some triangles here, some bull flags there, and then it rallied. I'm going to talk about what we have today. what we have today is the break of the golden resistance right here. That resistance was broken. This blue top band held, and I marked it as a potential resistance for a bull flag formation, and it held right there. It came down. That golden support is holding. The red resistance was also broken, you can see here. So it looks bullish, and it has to break that blue top band, which is at 13 cents. So it should get to that black top band at least. Well, we may see a touch on the black bottom band before it rallies, and that level is going to be 77 cents. Obviously, if it gets completely ignored, then the red one, where it started this gigantic rally, this is of course a little bit Elon effect. It may come down to erase all these gains, which was at 57 cents, and then after that a rally to break out of the blue channel. Okay, I'm not going to do all of these, but I do that sometimes for subscribers. Have a good rest of the weekend, guys. Take care. Keep in touch. I'm at tradingchannels.uk.